go live, and the first thing I do is just whack the mic with my headphones. Brilliant. I'm brilliant. How's everybody doing today? We're trying out some new stuff here. We'll see how this goes. Oh, there it is. There it is. Welcome, everybody. I've added like 10 new cables to the stream space. Welcome, Andreas. How are you doing today? See if I can get these cables somewhere legit. It's a bit early today. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, I guess it is a little early. Finished up the video artwork. Decided to clean up some stuff and go from there. Bri, how are you today? Okay. So I'm trying some new stuff. So if things get a little funny, we'll figure that out. But we'll go from there. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I vacuumed my whole space so I can do a better workout today. But I don't know what I'm actually going to work out yet. We'll have to figure that out. So we're just going to doodle a little bit. The bear, I think, is going to get done today. So I think we'll start with that, and we'll go from there, and we'll see what happens. I did like what we did yesterday, so I think we could definitely do a little bit of... So we'll do a quick sketch. $10, $5. That was fun. And then we'll do a plus 10 push-ups. There we go. And then we'll do just a regular sketch. We'll do 20 minutes for $10 plus 20 push-ups. I think that's good. And we'll let that go. So we are back at the bear. Back at the bear today, I guess. Got a little bit of cleanup to do. We got a lot to do to work on this guy. We got to work on this guy a bit. How do my arms feel today? My arms feel great. My chest a little tight. I did a lot of push-ups yesterday. I'm thinking I might. Apparently, That's better. There we go. Almost lost my voice there for a second. I need to get a drink. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, there we go. Now I can talk. I think I might do some weights today, since I did so many push-ups yesterday. I need to do something a little different. You did, Andreas. You almost killed me with that question, but we're all right. So we're gonna work on the bear for a little bit, see if people show up. But we'll figure something out. If you are a Patreon member and you want to doodle, the link is in the Patreon chat to come join me today. I think I'm going to develop. This is kind of on a side note. I really liked that idea, the little goblin with the kobold on his head. I think I might keep drawing that guy. I thought that was a fun idea, so I might just make him a little mascot. The kobold vendor. I think that's what we'll call him from now on. That's a little macabre. Like, it's not a little macabre. That's like really macabre, I guess. But I don't know. If Peter starts yelling at me, I guess we'll do something about it. But right now, I think the goblin wearing the kobold is pretty funny. Pretty funny. I haven't warmed up today. Maybe it's a good idea to do some sketches before we start diving in. I did work a little extra on the video. The video. Blah, 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 blah. My brain's just not there yet today. Maybe I did start too early. I didn't think about this. Ooh, another interesting thing I've discovered with this new setup. I don't have an enter key. How do I send messages in Discord without a keyboard? Touche. I gotta stand up. Oh, it didn't even work. There we go. Gotta get that workout, eh? Somebody's in here with me. Someone's in here sketching. Are people talking in the Discord and I can't hear them, or are they just not there yet? That's the real question. It might help if I was actually in the Discord chat. Welcome back to the Discord chat today. Let's see if that works. I'm also using a new... Whoop. Okay, so that didn't work. Hold on. Gotta set more stuff up. Hold up. Maybe if I do this. There we go. Let me take a look at this real quick. I have the wrong thing set up. So my headphones ain't working right. Yeah, you might be popping up in YouTube real quick. Speakers. Yeti. That's what I want. Why is that not working? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hello, Andrea.
Hey, Kate. How are you doing?
This is real strange. This is kind of cool, but kind of weird. Nope. No, this is so strange. Ah, here we go. Okay, talk now. Yay! Okay, we got it. We got it figured out. For some reason, I couldn't get anybody's audio to go through my headphones. And then when I turned off my speakers got louder, and I could no longer control them with my computer. So I don't know what happened. But we're back. We're back, and I can hear people, and that's great. And we will go from there. The next question is, and I hope we're doing this right, is... Okay. Yeah, we're good. I think. Actually, can you guys hear the people in the Discord now on accident? Is that a thing? Yeah, we need to find out. This could be real interesting. Let me double check. Okay, good. If there are just random phantom voices, please let me know. Yeah, I doubt it. I got pretty good pretty good everything. Let's go back to voice and video. Microphone, Yeti, output. Oh, that's why. I got it. I found it. You know, I got a Yeti years back, and I like it. I still like it. It's had its issues in the past. Rook, if you're talking, we can't hear you. He was away from his mic. Oh, okay, good. You can hear me now. That's good. That's good. So welcome back, everybody. I'm going to... Yeah, that would be weird. Well, I'm in the Discord chat. So you would be able to hear me through the Discord chat. Okay. Nope, that does make sense. I think I'm gonna do sets of curls. Sets of curls. I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna do some curls today. I'm gonna do some stuff. With barbells, a little muscle. Hold on, we gotta get some of these. Okay. Parrot. How is everybody today? It sounds like people are in good spirits, even though I'm up a little earlier than normal. Well, I'm not up normal. I'm just streaming slightly earlier than normal. You have a headache. That's no good. Did we eat too many sweets yesterday? Is that what happened? Everyone got a little sugar buzzed. Talking about... $5.10. All right, $20. I'll up the... add 5 pounds to the weight. And really plus 20. Ooh. Getting buff. Happy birthday, Upset Banana. Oh, happy birthday, Upset Banana. You just snuck right in there. Nice job. Welcome to the chat. Me? I guess I need to figure out how tall I am in centimeters then. I am so tall. So tall. I am many feet, followed by some inches. No, I think I'm 5'8", 5'10", somewhere around there. I told you, I'm a short dude. There you go. Yep. Not people don't know this, but I'm most of your parents right here. Just wait a minute, Mom. Are you streaming right now? Maybe. Gonna go make some cookies. I don't know why that's the mom thing to do. Everybody makes cookies. I think that'd be pretty cool. Why would it be weird? It would only be weird if your mom was a Twitch streamer, if she could just like whoop your butt at Fortnite. Just like every time you sit down to play Call of Duty, she's like, I don't think so, son. Bam, 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 bam. And she just starts killing your squad. Mom, come on. I just need to level up this stuff. Not cool. The other thing you could do is like that's really how you punish a kid. So yeah, what Grandma, how do you beat the last boss in Call of Duty? You push the X button, you noob. Get out of here. That's what I would do if I was if I needed to punish the kids that I don't have. I would just like log on to World of Warcraft, and I would like every time someone tried to get into a party, I'd be like, that guy's a ninja looter. Don't let him in your party. And then they would never be able to play. Or just screen snipe them all day long. Come on, I just need to play a little bit. You need to go take the trash out. That's what you need to do. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say loot goblin instead of ninja looter, but maybe that's just my age. Yeah. All right. So there's that could be tabletop RPGs could be the loot goblin. I'm totally not looking at the Discord right now because I'm looking at my settings. Let me switch that real quick. I need to go back to the general chat. Oh, I can't type. That's weird. Da 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 da. Sorry, everybody. I get a little distracted sometimes. I broke. Yep, my brain just broke right now. Never played World of Warcraft, so I don't know anybody's talking about. Sorry, Goldtooth. Yeah, that can be a little weird. Hold on a second. I gotta clear some stuff here. Close that. That's fine. That's fine. Goblin should not be your go-to derogatory term. But you know what? As things go, I guess that's one of the better ones. Yeah. How bad is that word? Is that like dropping the F-bomb, or is it socially acceptable? Okay. I don't know how long the stream's been going, so I can't start cursing now, but maybe we should talk about our favorite curse words. That could be a fun thing to do. Let's really get the chat completely inappropriate and demonetized today. Poop dang fart. I'm a big fan of making up curse words. In building games, I'm a hoarder. I'm the most games, though. I sell everything that I don't immediately need. That's a pretty good one. I've actually had a lot of issue with people starting to play tabletop RPGs and thinking it's like Skyrim, because they'll walk into a shop and they're like, "What's around?" I'm like, "Oh, there's a bow and there's a really nice looking axe." Because in my mind, I'm thinking maybe they'll want to buy this, and they're like, "I'm just gonna take it." It's like, you just walked into the shop. You're the only one in the shop. You're a barbarian. You're just gonna take the axe. Yep. Like, okay. Let's roll some dice. Let's see what happens. Long story short, it usually ends with the town burning down. Yeah, I think there's this disconnect between fantasy and, well, in video games, I want to say, yeah, in fantasy versus fantasy. Video games, there is no morality system, and even if there is a morality system, it's only you with the checks and balances. Very few games actually adjust like your overall pitch in the game, like whether or not it's like the NPCs stop talking to you. Like one of the Legend of Zelda games, if you stole something, you could never go back to the shop ever again, which I think was great. And so, yep, banned for life if you steal anything. It's like, now I could have that bow now, but I'd never be able to buy another shield again. Is that really what I want to do? And I think that's great. I think that kind of system is good. So when you get into a fantasy roll-top game, people think, oh, I can just take whatever. It doesn't matter. And I think it's up to the DM to really make those decisions of like, yes, it does matter, and we're gonna see what happens now. So any DM that has punished their players for being a little loot happy, good on you. Teach those. What, loot goblins? Is that the word we're using now? Yeah. Teach those loot goblins some manners. Well, so now there might be a difference between a loot goblin and a ninja looter. Because ninja looters was really like a treasure chest would open up. And before, if you were in a party, you would just be like, okay, hey, there's a really cool belt in here. Does anybody want this belt? And a ninja looter would just like open the chest to take it and be like, well, I gotta go home, and then leave. And you're like, not cool. Not cool at all. And now like Blizzard has fixed that issue by having roll tables and basically like assigned loot drops. But you can still, the other idea is like if you have a rolling system of like you need this or you greed this, need will always win. So people would just always roll need so they could take the item. Super lame. But that's how it is. People are greedy. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I mean that's how it should be. And that's the loot ninja mentality. I was just gonna draw the goblin. Except I drew him real weird. I'm not sure why I drew him so weird. Yep. And that's fine. I think that's like usually. Oh, excuse me. Usually when I play D&D, I ask them like, okay, who's going to be your treasurer? Who's going to hold all the crap? Just so that way someone's always writing something down. And I think that works a little better. Some teams can handle it. I always think it's funny that like the strongest person in the group is like, I'll just carry everything, and then you immediately throw out weight. we ran into this issue when we started using Hero Lab again, because Hero Lab tracks all that stuff, and my party members were like, my armor is I'm at like a -3 to my armor class, and I don't know why. It's like, well, you're carrying 600 pounds of gold. So we have to figure out what to do about that. But even bag of holdings have weight. I don't know if a lot of people notice that, but like bag of holdings yep, there you go. Levitation on a bag of holding. That doesn't seem like something the barbarian would have, and yet they're always in charge of the bags. £2,000. That's a beefy barbarian right there. That's true. Yeah, they count as being a size larger for their weight class. That's true. You could also probably do that with a dwarf. Kids can't be encumbered, so it's just like I have a huge carrying capacity. Hey, check out my carrying capacity. If you watch Critical Role, they're all hoarders. They reference things from years, if not more, brought back. I think the system isn't an observed feature. Yeah. If I want a man of war that costs 10,000 gold, realistically, I cannot carry that. And what am I going to do to hide it if I'm currently on the road all the time? Yeah, I think that's something that is kind of not dealt with. And that's just like a place to put your treasure. I think most D&D games really should have like, okay, you guys now have 10 chests full of gold. Where are you putting that? And I think that can be really fun. Yeah, it's in my bag of holding. It's like, that'll hold one bag of gold. Or one chest of gold. Where else are you putting it? So, but there's a lot of ways around that, and it is kind of one of those things that's just overlooked. You just always spend it. No one wants to go to the bank, let alone in a fantasy setting. I'd like to use my my fairy debit card, please. That would be kind of fun too. Like Yeah, I like the attaché case. I think that's a cool idea. That's a unique way to do it. Yeah, Diablo 1's inventory space is kind of interesting. The cubes and just having. Man, I can't talk today. I don't know what's going on here. My voice. I probably should just get a glass of water. That always drove me crazy in Diablo. It's like, oh, see this plate mail? Yeah, it's the same amount of space as this belt. It's like, no, that's bullshit. That's not how that works. I mean, it doesn't help that most D&Ds refuse to give any plot of land to any of their players in fear of the campaign not progressing. I'm not asking for a castle. I just want a house. I've actually given quite a few houses to my players. I think it works pretty well, especially if you want to have like a hub city or you want them to care about a city. It's definitely nice to just be like, hey, you guys can easily buy a house or like I think Pathfinder did a really good job with Rise of the Rune Lords because they basically spoilers, they basically give you an apartment. They're like, hey, this is free for you to use forever. Thanks for being awesome adventurers. And so that kind of invests the players into the city and it gives them an excuse to have some downtime. It's like, okay, you guys kind of, you don't have to pay for rent. You have this whole area. What do you want to do? We're going to take about 4 weeks off and just let you guys figure out what you're going to do around the city and go from there. Yeah. I think downtime is really important, but I think you also need to structure it. Yeah, because if you just straight up say like, okay, you have a year to do something, what are you going to do? People generally stall out and like, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do for a year. But yeah, my character's just gonna. Yeah, people like not all people, but there's definitely a need for downtime and like a shopping episode. I think Critical Role calls them shopping episodes, but there's definitely good. I want this eyebrow to be a little. Yeah, that's something I like. I like incorporating as well, like fighting pits or like I want to join a sports team. I want to become a little more famous in town. Those can always be fun. Really cool. Father son time sounds pretty good. Hey, we're gonna go on an adventure for a while, but we're adventurers. Nope, we're going on our own adventure. Oh, just doing stuff for the Raven Queen. Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, see, that's a really cool way to advance a story. Is if It's like you guys have downtime, and someone you can suggest like you can go to a library and just spend the week researching something. Like, what's a question you have for the DM that maybe your character is going to spend some time doing? Everyone else can like make potions or go off and like, I want to improve this skill, and then you can reward people with skill points or however you want to do it. But that's like just the ability to say, hey, let's spend some time and figure out what's going on with our next mission. See, yeah. So I'm a professional assassin. It's like, great. Okay, what I've done before in the past is basically like, I just want to work. I want to spend the week finding jobs and working, and then I figure out as a DM like how much they would get paid on a normal job. It's not going to be as lucrative as adventuring because you're not doing crazy stuff. But it's like, yeah, you spend the 2 weeks working, roll me a percentile die. I'm thinking in my head you have a maximum of making like 8,000 gold. You get a percentage of it. That's the amount of jobs you took, and you got that much money. So I like doing that kind of thing because it's an easy way to say, hey, let's get a little checkpoint going. Let's get everybody kind of topped off where they want to be. Start adding some fun elements. Should adventuring be illegal? I don't think so. I'm just traveling. What's happening today? More push-ups. Yeah, so is he drawing skulls again? I probably am drawing skulls again. Sounds like a campaign I would love because it makes no sense, and the guys who done adventures do not do anything else but adventure realistically. They're going to have to stop sometime. Yeah, exactly. So the problem with the shopping episode, like the Braces of Defense, she waited so long by the time she went to pick them up, she outgrew them. That's definitely an issue too. There's an issue with how much downtime things happen and whether or not you come back to it. A lot of times I will say, hey, if you want to make something, it's not going to be ready until the next time you come back to town, or it's going to be ready in a few days and you're going to have to find something else to do while you wait. So there's different ways around that. Matt Mercer, I think, follows the general rule for crafting items, which is a long time. It takes a long time to make magical stuff. I usually expedite that a little bit, but he's really good at weaving it into the story, so that's true. And now the Discord chat. Sorry, I was reading the YouTube. You were all talking about should adventuring be legal? I don't see why not. Especially, it sounded like someone said that you're basically a mercenary at that point. In a world where there are alligators on the road and like giant worms, I think people are always going to need people to kill stuff. Now, if you're a rogue, if you're a professional rogue, that's not legal. That's different. Yeah, I think... So I think there's a distinct thing happening here where So here's the other issue with what you're talking about. At a low level, having someone running around just doing whatever the hell they want can be dangerous. But once you're past like level 10, you can basically just like take over most of the world. So I think at that point, I don't think it matters whether or not it's legal or not. And then you're also looking at that's where alignment comes into play. Because if you have an actual good group who are really only killing things that need to be killed or are taking jobs to help people, I don't see why they wouldn't be allowed to maintain their autonomy. Now, if you're evil, yeah, they probably aren't going to find jobs in towns because the town's guards are always going to be like, hey, isn't there a wanted poster of that guy somewhere? That's the guy that killed the mayor of the other city. And, well, that's a moot point. If you never leave witnesses, no one would know who you are. You'd have no renown, and you can do whatever you want. So I think it's an interesting thing. A lot of DMs forget that characters still need to use the bathroom. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna pass that one over. That's semantics of a game. If you have somebody make you roleplay every meal you eat, I'm not down for that game. I'm just not down for it. It's like let's fast track this. Let's keep moving. Yep, that's a good point. Yep, it's morality. That's the entire. I think that's right on the nose. The example was what's stopping hackers from just destroying all the banks forever, like because they have some morality. Otherwise, they would be. So that mixed with town's guards, mixed with security measures. I mean, you walk into a town. Why don't I just burn this place to the ground? Well, you absolutely can, but you're an asshole for it. Like that's. Yeah, see, like an evil campaign might do that, and that's fine. So, yeah, well, and that's where I think a lot of people don't like to think that they're playing an evil campaign, but most people are. And then that's why people get upset or DMs get upset when they're like, well, my group won't help the king save the kingdom. It's like they're just not motivated by that. And if they want to just keep lying and stealing and working for the underground, do that. And then when a group of crusading paladins come across the country to stop this evil group of people that keep messing everything up, that's your story hook. Like, you don't always have to trying to be save the universe. It could be something very mundane, but based around what your characters are doing. And I think that's okay. So for my evil campaign where one of my characters is a necromancer and he's happy about being a necromancer, that was really what it is. It's like I set a whole group of people after him and he had to decide with the group, like, are we going to try to avoid them? What do we do? When do we try to encounter these guys? When do we not encounter them? And that's how the party shifts. And I think that's okay. So necromancy is, should necromancy be legal? It depends on the religion. Well done. Yeah, I don't know. Necromancy is just a school of magic. Whatever's done with it, I think, should be decided. Once again, yeah, it's more morality. Because, I mean, technically most healing magic is necromancy. It's just a matter of perspective and intent. You could add a deficit for not eating. Jacob says that there needs to be an incentive for things like food and water and etc. I do that. I basically ask the players, like, are you stocking up on food? What kind of food are you buying? And then throughout the campaign, we'll say, like, you've been traveling for a week, you have this much food left. If they choose not to buy food, or they forget food, or they lose food, I will give them points of exhaustion. I will like fatigue them, or I'll say, you haven't eaten. If you're traveling for 2 days without eating, you're going to be tired. You're going to start taking negatives to stuff. So that's definitely something you can take into account without making it okay. What are you preparing for dinner tonight? And sitting around the campfire, it's like, I forgot to bring the potatoes. I'm fine with fast tracking that stuff. Oh, what? Yeah, downtime's good. Ugh. That sounds rough. Buffs for eating certain foods. That's a cool idea. Yep. I think there's a good balance somewhere in there for figuring out how to keep people interested in food. Sounds like a lot of people are thinking about it, which is good. And then you just die. You just straight up die. You forgot to eat food for 10 years, so your character is dead. I need you to roll for Constitution. You failed? Okay, you poo yourself because you haven't gone to the bathroom in 10 years. You eventually lost your ability to not poo yourself. You become a poo lich, as you never use the bathroom. Oh, that took a weird turn. No, that's totally fine. It's a contest I can avoid. I will take your word for it. Let's do this. What? I don't remember. That's a good question. I want to say 12? It's 14. It's 24? Oof, I don't count well. The sternum? That's the sternum. That's a whole separate thing. 12 on each side. Okay, that's where I got that number from. Hooray, I'm not totally insane. Well, I'm working on it. working on being good. I need to get this a little twisted down here. Fur is fun. I like drawing fur. Okay, I think we're almost done with the color, which is exciting. I want to make this a little more dynamic. So I'm going to make the jaw a different color. Hey. I think I want these eyes to be red too. A barrel. How small was the Warforged used to make that belt buckle? I think it's a normal sized Warforged. Just the bear's just really big. Like, you can't just live off 2 hours of sleep if you need a full 8 hours. I don't care if you heard something or how they get rest. Can't spend half the night not sleeping. Like, they didn't sleep for full 8 hours, I give them back their full spells. I just not allow them to get full spells back because they don't rest for 8 hours. That's an interesting question. Do you get your spells back because it's been a 24-hour period or because you slept? And I think like most of the rules as written, you're supposed to rest for an hour during your normal resting period to get your spells back. I think that's the case for 3.5 in Pathfinder. And that's pretty much everybody. Like for monks and clerics, they have to and druids, you have to spend an hour like communing or meditating. Yeah, that maybe it's preparing. Maybe that's the way they word it, is that you have to prepare your spells. That could be what it is, yeah. So your spells reset, but if you want to change them, you have to spend that hour kind of resetting. I'm pretty lax about those rules too when I play. Where'd that come from? Did I miss something? What's up? Yeah, why are we listening to you? Why wouldn't we listen to you? Okay, out of the blue. All right. Okay, we got a bear. Pretty happy with this bear. I think I want to put some cool like decaling on the Warforged. Should we do like something like this? We'll put a spiral here. Welcome back. Were we drawing stuff? I dig it. It looks good. So for everybody in the YouTube chat, you're welcome to join the Discord chat. Welcome to hang out in the Discord. Welcome to join the Patreons. Patreons are allowed to draw on this beautiful program in the Aggie software. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag do you want to sponsor me? Because that would be fine. Hashtag please sponsor me, Aggie software. I think since they're giving out their software for free, they probably don't have a lot of money to throw around. But I appreciate them. And thank you very much for letting us use your software. Yeah, it's just a web browser. Web browser app. Actually, it's not even an app. It's just online. So bam, 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 bam. Hashtag not sponsored. Wait, sponsor spelled with a C or an S? Spell N-C. Nice. I like this head. That looks really good. I like that helmet idea. Whatever this is. Oh, yeah. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I guess the Aggie software is updating in real time, or it should be. Gotcha. If you'd like to draw your own goblin wearing a kobold, feel free. It's like Monster Hunter style, but kobolds. That would be pretty neat. My only issue with Monster Hunter is actually it's game. How do I say this? I think the world is interesting. I think the concept is interesting. I don't like for Monster Hunter World specifically, I don't like the control style. It feels a little too stiff for me. Like with how giant the creatures are and how crazy they can get, I really want something that's more like a Shadow of the Colossus or yeah, it just feels a little clunky. Just write as fast and blurred as you can and say, yeah, that's what I wrote. If you've ever played Final Fantasy 14, and then they start doing crossover events with like what was it? Actually, Monster Hunter World had a Final Fantasy crossover because we kept fighting the Cactars. Yeah. Yep. For the cat. Yep, you're right. I do remember seeing the Moogle skin. Yeah. So. Yeah. Fun stuff. But yeah, so I'm not too. That's how they did it, by not giving a crap. That's how they got Geralt into that game. We put a skin on something that was already there. Congratulations. Hashtag. I don't have a hashtag for that, so you're in luck. I want this color brown. Hashtag no more hashtags. Ooh, we just created an infinite hashtag loop. That's great. Hashtag. It's like naming Photoshop files. Hashtag now no more hashtags. Hashtags no for real, no more hashtags. Hashtags absolutely last hashtag. B. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little darker. I like this. This is actually pretty cool. I like this Warforged, like this etched Warforged idea. I think it looks kind of like a sugar skull, but metal. I think that's pretty cool. Do that. Actually, I think. No, Jeffrey, you can't control the whole kingdom just because you killed the king and claim yourself to be king. The society does not act like that. Now roll initiative for the guards. That's an evil campaign. That's how that works. I'm gonna become the king now. Yeah, and like that's really where I was. I think where I was trying to get to was, it's okay for players who want to do that, but like it's not a video game. Like there are consequences because all the rules can change in real time. Whereas the video game, you're kind of constrained to whatever the story was. It's like, oh, you killed the shopkeep, great. NPCs are still going to walk in and buy stuff because they don't know he's dead. You didn't, like, that was my biggest issue with Skyrim, was like I kept accidentally hitting chickens with fireballs. Don't ask me why, but that happened many times on accident. And every time it was like, I'm sorry about the chicken. Just chill. Everybody chill out. There is a dragon here. Let's deal with that first. Then we'll talk about the chicken. Okay, what do catfish look like? I think I need purple. Yeah. I did accidentally once kill the mayor of a town with a barrel. I threw a barrel at him. I didn't think it would kill him. I misjudged how weak this old man was. That was the bear video. Monks have the ability to choose whether or not their attacks are lethal or not, and I decided that throwing a barrel was not a lethal attack. My DM disagreed. The mayor died. that's just how it went. Long story short, we had a GTFO, and I became a pirate. And that's how that's how quick the game can change, because there were consequences to my actions. And we became a pirate ship. Well, I was thinking about consequences because we had basically flubbed up everything, and the mayor was like, wait, you guys aren't being cool. In fact, you're a bear. And I'm like, I'm totally not a bear. And he's like, you're a bear. And then he ran, and I'm like, all right, we got to stop this guy. And I just grabbed whatever was closest, which was a barrel of fish and dead mare. I only accidentally attacked with fish, and I thought that would cue my party members to be like, hey, we got to stop this guy. Turns out not able to survive a barrel hit. Yep. Live and learn. Like, that's... Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you just got to figure out what you can hit with a barrel and what you can't. Do I ever give my bosses player levels? What do you mean? Like... Oh, all the time. Yeah. No, I think that's... Generally, what I do, and my whole excuse for being a DM... Sorry, you say that one more time. I think that was important. Even if they're dragons. Okay, important NPCs get player levels even if they're dragons. That's pretty good. So whenever I want to introduce a really good NPC, I will make them a fully fleshed out character. I'll give them stats and feats and stuff, and that's why I'm always bummed when they die. But if I do that, then if the players like need their help or they interact or they fight, like I'm ready to go. I have the dice, the stats, everything set up for them. But I always play them as characters and not just NPCs, because the NPC levels, I think that's fine for shopkeeps. Like if it's someone's like, this is random throwaway Joe 7, and then they go away. But if it's ever somebody that I think is interesting enough that the players might like, or the players like, I want to keep going back to this guy, I will roll them out completely, because I think that's important. And I have had campaigns. I had one campaign where I was playing 7 different people because they were like, hey, let's just bring all these guys with us. And I was like, okay, here we go. I'm gonna play D&D by myself, and you guys can just tag along. Can you shout out my friend? He has 6 subs and is an animator. Weird. Jeffrey's a good name. So the question was what's your favorite NPC name to give, or name to give to NPCs? I think that's a good question, so YouTube should hear that too. Gabriel Ransom, I haven't checked out your friend's channel, so I can't just say, hey, go check it out. But I can look at that later. Yeah, I mean, everyone in the chat is welcome to look at it. I have no idea what it is. I can't sponsor it and say it's good. But hey, animators are cool. So that's my rules for shout outs. I don't shout out people that I'll put them on blast. Ink Awesome Animates is apparently a channel with 6 subs, but I can't say it's good or not without checking it out. So that's the best I can give you for a shout out. It's just saying the name that you wrote in chat. So there's that. I'll have to look at that later, and we'll see what's up. Jeffrey's a good name. All right, we're done. Grave Walker class. Oh, okay. No, that's a cool idea. I like the idea of players becoming ghosts. This is awesome. Now, do you pronounce it Jeffrey or Joffrey or Geoff? It spells with a J or a G? Bam, 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 bam. Oh, I'm going to get sued by HBO. I can't do that. Blam, 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 wow. Another thing I'd really understand it do. Gross. So many people naming stuff Jeffrey. Skulltooth just said, another thing I really don't understand in D&D is why enemies never heal themselves and when they have the capable of healing themselves. And Jacob said that's the DM's choice. As a DM who has forgotten this, absolutely. That is very much the capability of the DM to heal themselves. I think there's... enemies healing can be really fun. Yeah, boss fights. The thing... A lot of things with the DM guide that I have, some of them, I mean, anyways, basically say, like, this character will fight to the death. And I mean, whenever I think that, I'm just like, they're just going to be vicious and angry, and I don't think about healing. The other thing is that the damage they have is usually a lot higher than the party's. So if they're losing, they're dead. And if they're winning, it's like, if I attack somebody, I will kill them. And it feels wrong for me to be like, haha, I've killed you, I'm going to drink a healing potion, instead of, and now you're going to die. So that's where I always have the issue of, do I heal or do I attack? Because if I have the upper hand, healing feels like I'm rubbing it into my players' faces. Or a missed opportunity to do something classical. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, and that's a good time to heal if you think that you have like an evil monologue, or if I have NPCs and like an enemy's getting hurt, they'll run up and be like, "Oh, sir, please drink this potion," or like having a cleric in the back that's casting heal spells is really fun because the players can then like, "Oh, we need to go deal with that guy." Heal them, not kill them. Looks like Goblin Joe. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Brush. Uh-oh. I think we're... There we go. Just a random email asking if they want to go to Starbucks. That sounds like a spam to me. Is there Starbucks in Finland? That's a good question. Oh, nope, that's wrong. It's hard to find a place here that doesn't have a Starbucks. That, or the enemies never retreat and you have a bunch of low-level grunts that no will dying to group levels of 20. And their ground is just slaughtered like nothing. Yeah, it depends on the creature, Goldtooth. For me, there are definite creatures that will always attack until they die. And there are other creatures that are very much, I think... So for me, like kobolds, whenever kobolds get attacked, I go until one or two of them die, and then the rest of them just scatter. They're like, ah, crap! And but they always scatter to come back later and attack again. So it really depends on the creature, and it depends on the DM and the encounter. I am also a big fan of like big bosses. If big bosses start losing or they lose all their men, they're just like, okay, I'm gonna regroup and come back and mess your day up another time. Sooner or later, you'll get the tail end of this. Yeah, Beowulf is a good example. How dare you rip off my arm? My mom's gonna kick your butt. Actual text in the Beowulf story right there. Hey Beowulf, gonna kick your butt. My mom's a badass. Let's do this. I'm trying to incorporate some new techniques here for my. Whoa, what have I done? I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna try to cut some stuff out of this fish. Ooh, that didn't sound right. Fish. Rib cages are an integral part of the human anatomy, so learning how to draw them can be. I think I want this cheek. Yeah, there's definitely some choices of, am I drawing something anatomically correct where I need to draw every single rib, or am I drawing something that can get away with 6 on each side? That's definitely a question you're gonna have to answer. Am I just erasing stuff now? I think I'm just erasing stuff now. Let's get this. I want this to be a little darker. That feels way too dark. I think I'm gonna have to. It's a thing. It's a thing you gotta find out. Eat some ribs. Yeah. Study. This is for study. I have to figure this out. I don't go out of my way to get ribs, but I will eat them. I mean, not like the bones. But that could be an American thing again, because it's pretty standard around. You're a monster. Can't eat ribs with a fork. That doesn't make any sense. Let's do this. What's going on? A little the cute goblin. Did the sock puppet ever get a name? I don't remember. I don't think it did. We do need to name this fish, this catfish puppet. Philip the catfish. Michael and Jeffrey are apparently off the table. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see what the chat says. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I do have a name that I use all the time when I yell at stuff, and that's Kevin. But I try not to name things Kevin because I know a Kevin. So it's just like, it's kind of a jab. Thomas. Now listen here, Jeffrey. You're gonna go over there and you're gonna get murdered. What? It'll be fine. Whoa, what did I just do? Nope. X. There we go. You have a random name for every country. How does that work? Oh, okay. I thought you meant you had a random name for every country of people you play with. So it's like whenever I play with people from Thailand, I use the name Susan. That makes way more sense. International game. It'll happen eventually. I'm working on that. Not with any expediency, but I'm working on it. I think I want that. I want to do that. Dragon named Willie, huh? Dragonborn named Willie. Half dragon draconic sorcerer. I don't see, once again, I don't understand why that's an issue. I think that should be normal. Is that not normal? What was the box that just popped up in Adobe? I have no idea, Bri. I have no idea what that was. Are we arguing about fantasy religion right now in the Discord chat? It sounds like fantasy arguing. This is muddy, and I don't like that it's muddy. I think the color is just wrong. Multiple. Damn, Adobe's new features just pop up. I have no idea until it looks in the picture. Exactly. Jacob, welcome to the Discord. Let's do this. So dragon deities, from what it sounds like, are just like really over obsessive. Really dangerous significant others. You best not be drinking right now. I'm gonna go out there and be the best dragon I can be. We'll show you. What's the question? Oh, this little tiny thing down here? Yes. It's just... Yeah, I don't know what we called the little tiny cute goblin.
Jeffrey.
By the power of the Discord voice chat. I think really what it is it's a goblin wearing like a bugbear hat. I'm pretty sure what we called it was a goblin in a fursuit. It's a goblin that is a furry, apparently. Uh, what would a goblin name himself in a fursuit? Yeah, you shouldn't have googled that. That was a bad idea. Uh, so yes, this goblin, this little goblin. We're gonna draw this little dude some more. How would this have come about? Because we put a goblin. Really, what it was supposed to be a. This was my first attempt of the goblin in a kobold suit. Because I was thinking kobolds, furry kobolds at the time. All right, have a wonderful day. We will see you later. It was a furry kobold. Yeah, it was a it was a goblin in a furry kobold suit. It does look a little bit like Stitch. So what would a goblin name work for this? Oh no. Okay, we'll do that. He's got little goblin feet. I think we have a few. We have the kobold vendor because he sells kobolds and kobold related bashful. And then this would have to be maybe his assistant Pomp. like Pompadour. It's a fluffy little. Ooh, that gets weird. Made his nose too big. Bodyguard. His name is I'm gonna call him Rugby. I think Rugby's funny. Rugby, the kobold bodyguard. I like the idea that it's made out of bugbear. It's a goblin wearing a bugbear suit. No, he's a bugbear. That tiny little thing? Oh, yeah. Yeah. He bites real hard. Gotta give him a lick. It's Rugby, the goblin kobold. Can I copy that? Edit. Copy. Cut. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to put it. Paste. That didn't work. Edit. Paste. 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 Select. All right, well, it's gone forever now. Whoop. I'm just going to move it. I'm just going to move it over here. We got the kobold vendor and we got Rugby. Rugby the bugbear. Oh, yeah, the sword looked cool. I think that. Yeah. Well, I mean that would be the progression. Bashful bodyguard. Yeah. So I think it's going to be Rugby the bugbear, but he's actually a goblin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I want to see the actual reference. I saw just the sword, but I want to see the whole picture because it looked like a good picture. Probably in reference or... Yeah. Why is that so weird? What's going on here? You don't have to share art if you don't want to. Let's check this out. A puppet name. Thomas is the Magnifique. Well, now it's canon. It can't be changed. That's cool. I like that idea. Oh, it's a beefy snake monster. It looks good. Yeah, it looks fine. I don't know what's wrong with it. The rug bear. 2 months. Nice. Once again, just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's not good. If it's your art, I could see an argument for not being super happy about something. But like I said, you just always gotta find out how to improve. So if you don't like something about it, find out what you don't like about it. Make it better. We're getting pretty close to being done on this, I think. I think we're actually... Nah, today's been slow, but that's okay. I don't need... Feel free to tip all the monies. No, it's totally cool. I'm getting the bear done, so I'm pretty okay not doing push-ups right now. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to do leg day someday eventually, but just do squats. Squats. I mean, that's what happened yesterday. I thought I finished the bear yesterday, but I just kept doing other stuff, which was fine because that was fun. We came up with some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I'm okay with trying to finish this because I want to finish this. I like it. I like where it's at. Should we see how many layers I have on this bear? Because I think it's like 4. I don't. I'm not one to say like, hey, you're doing it wrong. Do it different. But I think you're doing it wrong. I don't want to tell you that your art is not correct, but that sounds like you're making it harder on yourself than it needs to be. So maybe I'll suggest maybe trying to knock that number down from 120 layers to maybe, I don't know, 2, maybe 4. I bet you'd be just fine with 4 layers. Sounds like you're being purposefully difficult to me. Bry, Jacob would like to name the necromancer tabaxi after you, if that's okay. The necromancer tabaxi I made yesterday for Jacob was sponsored by Bry, and apparently Bry is getting named for it, which is cool. I think that's awesome. Bride the necromantic tabaxi. White Cell, tip me $2. If my country wasn't broke, I would buy a sketch. Well, White Cell, I appreciate it. I appreciate the thing. I will do some. I'll do some. That's $2. What did I say? I gotta do 20 curls. Oh no, that was only for $5. But you know what? I'll do it anyways because I need to get it done. Oh, wait. Let's do the tens. Let's do the tens. All right, 20 pounds. Here we go. Eight. Nice. All right. Thank you for your support. Thank you for keeping me healthy. Keeping me healthy, keeping me clean. Well, I guess I need to stay healthy myself. I shouldn't make you guys. So as Rookzer0's name is easy fit. Been calling so many things a necromancer. It's a new one. Being called a necromancer is a new one. I'm playing a Mario-style platformer based on Bernie Sanders. Drow, that sounds awesome. I think I would play that. What am I looking at? In the reference? Go blah 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 blah. Ooh, I dig the 4 arms. Or is it just one arm that's split? 4 arms. Gotcha. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's called Super Bernie World on Steam, and it's free. I might have to check that out later. Does the sword... Actually, yeah, where... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Wouldn't have been possible. Yeah, you guys... I keep saying you guys. I need to get better at just talking, I think. Thank you, everybody yesterday that volunteered their ideas and their monies to make cool stuff happen. I'm really glad we did all that yesterday. That was fun. Okay, so I've got... Am I doing that right? Yeah, I'm doing that right. So we got the bear face. We got the bears. I might make this eye a little brighter. I think it's supposed to be dark brown because it's a bear, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Witzel is you? Thank you. Gotcha. Okay. No. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. How's everybody doing in the art over here? This needs to be filled in over here. Trying a goblin wearing. We could just draw. I mean, I think this little dude needs to be just like a bugbear head with like goblin feet coming out of the bottom. I think that's where that needs to go. Hey, what'd you do with all those kobold parts? I don't know. Are you eating them? Maybe. Well, yeah, but the bugbear would be nomming on him. The goblin bugbear. So what did we decide about bears? Bears have big eyes, but you don't see the white? Is that what we decided? So I shouldn't do this. Gotcha. I think maybe we need to adjust this a little bit. Let's go back to just like total brown. An Umber Hulk as a character. I think that's on my list. It's on my long list of things to make videos about. I might have to move it to my...
It sort of looks like a spider and a troll had a baby.
That's a good way to put it. Umber Hulks are basically, yeah, just giant underground bugs. Whoops. Z, a B. Hit those buttons. Hit those buttons. I need a soundboard of Rook's goblin voices. That would be the most terrifying thing I think would ever be on the internet. If it was just nonstop goblin voices of me doing that. Maybe that's what I should charge people for. Pay me $1 and ask me to do a goblin voice. EA would just be in here all the time. Be like, hey, wait. That's probably up there too. EA would just be in here like, how do I get free voice acting? Okay, so we're gonna do this and then... Oh boy. Baby pictures, but when your baby's 20 years old. Okay, so here's a new trick I'm going to try. I'm going to copy this layer. Oh boy, that was disgusting. Okay, all of these need to be reapplied. Look at all that mess. Look at all that mess. We're going to create clipping mask. I'm going to put this back down here, and I'm going to just blow it out. Just bloop, make it super, super bright. Might even add a little more yellow to it. Let's try that a different way. Let's just do this. So I'm going to over highlight this, and then I'm going to mask it out completely. Bam! And now I can go back in and I can start painting in basically like only where I want the highlights, and that way the highlights won't be too white. It should just be lightened, which is good. There are some other ways to do that, but I want to keep this accessible and adjustable. So we're going to do that, and I think that will probably finish up this piece. Multiplayer Skyrim? What? Tell me more. Is it just a mod? Okay, gotcha. I have heard about that. I never understood why they didn't just make those games multiplayer to begin with. Like, the functionality is there. Yeah. Especially when they came out with was it Elder Scrolls Online? Is that what they called it? Yeah. Which was just a really bad WoW clone. It's like, no, make it an Elder Scrolls game, but add multiplayer. That's all you have to do. Footsie Tootsie Rugby. Get that eyeball real shiny bear eyeball. Make this ear pop a little more. Make it pop that ear. Gotta pop it. Did I just become an Adobe goblin? What? We're gonna need to say "Where's my cheese" the next time, just so you can hear Rookzer0 for all the characters. Gabe will be right back. Let's see what else we got going on here. I think an Adobe Goblin's pretty funny. Is that someone that has all the Adobe software, or someone who's just like hoarding stuff from Adobe? I do too. Do like the Adobe suite. Well, if you just have the suite, I think that's reasonable. But if you have like 5 different versions of Photoshop and you download all like the back-ordered programs and you have multiple versions, I think that would put you in the Goblin. Photoshop PS13, wonderful. Why do you have PS13? You never know. You might need it someday. Let's get this. I want to get a little bit of a highlight on this so it just pops a little bit more. Hit me. What? GIMP. GIMP is an alternative for people that don't have Photoshop. That's my opinion of it. I think it works. It's not super awesome, but it functions, and that's fine. My main issue with GIMP is that I have Photoshop, and that sounds weird, but the problem is because Photoshop's text layers are proprietary, you can't take text formats and stuff into GIMP, which is kind of a bummer. But that's really Adobe's fault, so... if you're going to use GIMP, start in GIMP and stay in GIMP. You can always transfer to Photoshop later, but if you start in Photoshop knowing you're going to use GIMP, you're going to have a hard time. So, I'm glad it exists, though. That's too bad. It is too bad. That is bizarre. Why can't I draw on this eyeball? Oh, because I'm painting with white. Brilliant. Brilliant! Ooh, there we go. It's a me, fishmonger. What did we call this fish? I don't remember what we called the fish. No, it wasn't Michael. Definitely not Michael. Thomas Z. Magnifique is the name of the fish. Thomas Z. Magnifique. Backseat necromancer of the frozen north. Nice. Nice, Jacob. That's really cool. Today, slow days are all right sometimes. You know, I gotta get work done. So sometimes it's okay to just draw a bear. Sometimes you just gotta draw a bear. What have I done? Am I on the wrong layer? I am on the wrong. Dang it! That's. Hold on. Two. Okay. Every time I draw on the wrong layer, I gotta lift 100 pounds. That's how it works. I think you don't do it because you just make a new layer, so you never go back. And I don't know if that counts. Never draw on the same layer twice, I think is how you avoid it. Okay, so this is my highlight layer. This is my normal layer, so I'm going to turn that off. That looks fine. I do want this. I want this to be a little brighter. I'm going to put... you can just delete all your hidden layers. It sounds like you know you have a problem and you're not willing to adjust it. So that I'm going back to my stance of purposefully being difficult. I think this fish. I think I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna clean up this line, and I think we're 90% of the way there. I think we are real close to being done. Tomorrow we're probably gonna have to do a full-on Discord draw day, which will be really fun. It means we're gonna get some people to tell us what to draw, and then we have people draw them, and we'll do some bonus round stuff. And it means suffering. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. It will be a Patreon. But you don't have to participate. If you don't want to draw, you don't have to draw. It's always optional. Everybody wants to participate, but everybody wants to complain about it. That's like, that should be that's like my story of my life. Like, yeah, I'll help you, but I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm going to complain the whole time. It's good. And then maybe this will be a good practice for everybody. Learn how to just kind of get that. Instead of me deleting my hidden layers, I always make a folder and then drag them into the folder as I don't need them. I just can't delete them without thinking, what if I need that layer? There you go. So yeah. Organization. It's a good step. Definitely a good step. Go like this. Go like this. Interesting. I could never get into drawing with a mouse. I just never could. It was when the option was either A, draw with a mouse, or B, draw digitally. I just did neither, and I just kept drawing in my regular tablets, or in my sketchbooks. I don't know why I said tablet. That was really weird. No, I just stayed in a traditional medium for a long time until I had the opportunity to switch. But it really is. Sketching and digital sketching are two very different things. I still don't. Yeah, the only thing I do have an issue with, whenever I do illustration work with like the pen tool, I will use a mouse. That feels better to me than using a pen. But that's about it. What? Yeah, the pencil option is just, it's pure opacity, and usually only used for pixel level detail. I very rarely use it. Very rarely. No, you're not weird for not using the pencil. What is this layer? Do I need this layer? I don't know how pencils work. Let's see. I don't know if I need this. I don't know if I need that purple. I think this looks better without it. I think that's okay. Not really sure what I was doing with this layer. I'm just going to get rid of it. Boop. Huh? Oh, jeez. I don't know what's going on anymore. I hope you feel better. Definitely feel better. Yeah, get well. Get well soon. I'm gonna add a little extra detail, a little darkening here. Get that going over here. Get that going down here. Take it to the personal chat. Well, there's other chat channel. Oh yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, if you want to flirt, you guys got to take it to the private messages. There's nothing wrong with flirting. Just keep it out of the general chat. This is a family-friendly episode where we draw goblins wearing skins of other creatures. But if you want to flirt, you gotta go personal like. I think that's good. I think this is good. I think this. I'm still not super sold on this layer. I think I need to lighten it up a little bit, and then I need to darken up the color. The Bugbear. That's what all mammals do. What? What are you talking about? What happens if a stone giant has a kid with a stone giant? Oh. It's a fantasy. Anything could happen. That's the point. Well, I tried to make things a little more blended this time, and I think I'm just gonna go back. I really like the lines. I gotta keep them. Gotta keep my sweet little lines. I think it looks really good on the fur, but like the cloth down here, I think I want to cut that because I like the cuts. Yeah. I think we need to do that. I think like this. Go like this. That's a choice. Art style is a choice. Hey, Rook. Had bad timing recently, but I'm glad I've been able to catch this stream. Nice, Frost. Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. If you're not in the Discord, feel free to get in the Discord. That'll keep you up to date when we stream. And you can just hang out with people. Hanging out with people's fun sometimes. And for all of you that want to mute the Discord, that is totally cool too. I totally get wanting to be left alone sometimes. Both of those are legit. Sometimes I just, sometimes you just gotta mute the channel and have some alone time. It's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. I think we're so close. We're so close to being done. This is getting exciting. Oh, so much self-loathing in the chat today. So much. By you. Yeah, by you. Oh, I'm so bad. People don't like me. They run away. It's all self-loathing. I don't like it. I don't like it. I want you to be happy about yourself. Not cool. I would appreciate it if people didn't try to scare off people in the chat. That would be cool. Look in chat. Oh, Loyal Drake. What am I doing? Boop, 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 boop. Oh, nice. Frost, thanks for joining the Discord. Sorry, I'm getting real focused on this bear. I think I should maybe make the eyes a little brighter, but do I want to add maybe a little orange would be good. Let's test that. Let's find out if that works. Just do a little bit of the whoop, 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 whoop. It should be where the light source is coming from, the opposite of where the light source is coming from. So it should be the brightest, like right over here. Do that. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. What do we do with? I think we can lighten up the fish a little more. Let's see what happens if we do that. Nope, that was the opposite. So yeah, we can definitely go up here and drop a color balance. No. Brightness and contrast. There we go. Brighten this bear up. See what happens if we hit auto. Boop 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 boom bow bow. Ba ba da ba da ba 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 ba. These button, that button. These button, that button. Yeah, see, that's weird. I don't like that. I want that to be brighter. I want that to be super bright. We're gonna drop the contrast a little bit. Go okay. No, I hit auto again. 1526. Everybody remember 1526. Okay, here we go. 15. Boop, 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 boop. 26. Good. Okay, we'll close that. This needs to be another clipping mask, so it's only on the bear. I'm going to black it out. And now I'm going to apply a very soft brush to it. And I'm just going to highlight the spots of the bear that are closest to us. So that means the hand's going to pop out a little more, a little bit of the skull, the face. And so that should pull those things forward. I probably don't want the hat, to be totally honest. Now that I'm thinking about this is like the opposite of an ambient occlusion pass. Maybe I should have just done that, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna pull this head back. Put that hat away. Do. There we go. Put the hat back. Oh no, we lost another one. That's all right. We're doing some fun stuff today, so we can just keep working. Keep on working. I need to reopen my panel. There we go. So now we can adjust the brightness a little more. So that's the only thing this layer is doing. It's just making the faces brighter. So we're going to do maybe right there. I think that's good. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, now we gotta get a color dodge layer, right? We gotta Ross draw it. Is he gonna sue me if I do that? Color dodge. Yeah. Color dodge is fun, but not necessary for what I'm doing. Color dodge. Just makes stuff look brighter. I think we're good. I think that's it. I think we done did it. Anybody else have a... I think we can still play with this a little bit. So we can... Maybe we can play with some different colors, see what color shading we can do. Make the shadows a little bluer. A little more purple. That looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Oh, you know what? There's no glow in this fish eye. It is not super shiny yet. This one. Which one is it? Is it the fish or the bear? To which are you referring? Fill that in. The fish would like to roll deception? The fish would like to roll deception? Yes. That is what I said. Please allow me to... Once again, if your whole idea is to, as a bard, I'm going to walk up and convince him to give me his throne, I don't think that's going to work. I rolled a net 20. That's not how that works. That's the best joke he's ever heard in his entire life. Congratulations. He rewards you with some fun stuff. That's how kings do it, right? Like, give this man some fun things. You've won a trip to the gallows. Bow, 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 bow. Enemy bugbears, player character bugbears. Gunslinging Eric Okra, that's pretty funny. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the meme chat now. Nice job, everybody. What's the last one? What's the last one here? Eldritch Blast. Boom, 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 boom. I think that's it. What are we at? We're noon? It's noon. In my game, Electrum pieces are just a good joke since my players and I don't like them. So the king would just give players 1,000 Electrum pieces. Yeah, Electrum's kind of weird. I mean, money's money. You know what I forgot? I forgot to sass up this potion bottle. I'm still on color dodge. How does money work in my game? My games are pretty chill about it. I mean, it depends on the... I've talked a little bit about like deciding the fantasy level of your games. So for me, a lot of the times I play high fantasy games. So money is pretty standardized, I guess is a way to say it. I don't have a lot of issues with it. It's just money. I have had one game where my DM basically like, you find a room full of treasure, and it's like, well, then we can buy anything, and now money is pointless. But I do like heavy rewards. Yeah, that's kind of the trick. It's like, how do you figure out? Once again, if you're dealing with weight, that can be really interesting because it's like you just find an entire dragon horde, but you can't pick it all up. What do you take? Versus people actually like struggling to find money. I have had a few characters that also just don't care about money, so they'll just like, I just don't pick anything up and I walk away. And it's like, okay, cool. But I always think of money. Money should basically be doled out just like XP is, because buying things is just as important as leveling up your character. So if your players are just always looking for money, you really need to think about like how much power are they going to gain out of you giving them, 10,000 gold. Oh, you're asking about actual like currency exchange. I misunderstood. I just go 10 to 1 all the way up. Yeah, I mean that's the World of Warcraft system. It's just everything is 100 to 1. That makes it pretty simple to do the math. But if that only really works if you're if you're not worrying about it, because 10 silver pieces being a gold is a lot different than 100 silver pieces being worth gold. Because then nobody would carry copper ever. It's like, oh, copper, just throw it. Gotcha. So you try to keep it low. That makes sense. If copper is the main driving force. Yeah, I try to think about like how much a player or an NPC would be making. And I base everything off that. Yeah. I think that might be why I don't do the 100, because then if you're like, oh, you find 200 platinum pieces, that's 200,000 gold, and it's like, maybe not. Maybe that's 2,000 gold. So I generally prefer to hand out interesting magic items in places of large amounts of currency. Yeah. Frost, I think that's a good way to do it. Basically, the way I do it is for each of my characters, I usually have a single chart or sheet of like, I think this player would like these magic items, and then when they roll for items, they get something off that list. And then if it's also something I could say, like I can tell that they're not really happy with some of the items they're getting, or like, oh, I really want to get this thing, I start giving them money based on this will be like half of the cost for that, or you can buy a number of potions with this, and you kind of get to decide that. So it is really, like I said, a leveling system, because you don't just want to throw money at them so that they can become super powered, but it should be a like, you are building for something, or you could spend money differently based on this. So, two different ways to think about it. Wait, what? How is a platinum 10,000 gold? 10,000 copper? Oh, okay. So you've added an extra piece as well. Gotcha. Yeah, here's a platinum. Give me my change. What are some other tabletops you've played besides D&D? I've played Pathfinder. I've played D&D, a couple different editions of D&D. I was going to play a Vampire the Masquerade, and we didn't. That was interesting. Is it really fun? I might have to try that sometime. I've done a few homebrew games of people like making games. But other than that, I haven't played too many other tabletop games. There's also like the Diablo. The Diablo tabletop, which is kind of one-shots. I've done a few one-shots. Those are fun. All right, where are we at? I think I'm missing something here. Something I think is turned on that shouldn't be turned on. Because I have a weird paw situation going on here. What's happening here? Do I just have like a blob spot? Oh, that's interesting. Say that again? Because it's still powered up. What do you mean, how does that work? He's got a talking Warforged walkie-talkie belt. Do people not communicate with necromantic skulls? Is that something that I only do in my games? Is that a Sentry Skull? Sentry Skull is a really cool spell. Basically just makes walkie-talkies out of people's skulls. So have fun with that. What is happening here? I feel like I've done something strange. Is it this one? It is that one. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Nope. Ah, there we go. Perfectly logical to me, but it's a bit crazy. What is the BearBard's name again? What was the BearBard's name again? Who commissioned it is a secret that only the commissioner can tell. That's been my rule for a lot of commissions. If someone commissions me and they let me work with it on stream, it is up to them whether or not I tell them who does it. Yeah, it's a courtesy. It's a courtesy. I usually just let people say if they wanna put themselves on blast for commissioning me, that's their call, not mine. And stuff happened. That's a general description of Z. Oh, that's right, Zany. It's Zany the bear. Zany, yeah. Get out of here. Bye. No more. No, that was good. That was a good pun. He actually left the Discord call. You've been removed. By popular opinion, you've been removed. Let's see, we need to paint this back. This back over here. That was a long joke that took one of those. Yeah. Dramatic exits. Just mic drop and walk away. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. Whoops. Ah, crap. That was another another layer. Too many layers? Too many layers to draw ribs? I think it is. I think if you find a better workflow, your drawing will be much appreciated, and you'll enjoy it more. If you got, yep, 10 push-ups for every layer you add. I'm not complaining about your layers. I'm saying I think you would have a better time if you tried to improve your layer workflow. That's generally true for everybody. If you want to improve your art stuff. Let's just clean that up. I think that's about it. Let's do this. Get that going. I think I might need one more. I want that. I want to make that a multiply layer. I want to make that a clipping mask. And then I can drop this a whole bunch just to give it a little more depth. I think it's good. Ta-da! Zany, the bear monk with the very zany bear, the bard sorcerer, and his fish puppet, whose name I have forgotten again. It's somewhere in the chat. I just got. How do I keep? Oh, Thomas Z Magnifique. But I think we did it. Oh, I found it. I found the thing I needed to do. Okay. I forgot to put. Whoops, that's not right. No, that's the wrong tool. Got to make his other eye shiny. I feel like. How do I draw ribs? All right, I'm going to click the file and the save button, and that will be sent off a little bit later today. I'll clean that up, add a background, and then we'll go from there. How do I draw ribs? That's the next question. I guess we can continue on. I start like this. I go like this. And then I draw my sternum. Wait, do you want like a skeleton, or do you want like ribs on people? Oh, well, poop. Welcome back. How's your headache? Gotta take care of yourself. If you're not feeling good, it's okay to take a day off. And then I just wrap it. And then I just wrap the ribs. I only do 6. Yeah, that's. I mean, my pen is too thick to really do justice to that right now. Well, so here's how the human body does it, and I say that as I reach forward and grab my Masters of Anatomy book. Nope, that's the wrong book. Hashtag not sponsored. Figure drawing. There we go. Reference. That's how you do it. You look up reference. I always forget how many vertebrae people have. That's something I need to learn. I think there's 7 in the neck. I'm pretty sure. So, anyways, I think some of the ribs are actually not attached, and that's some of them. I think you have. This is the wrong book. Where's my anatomy book? How to render. That's not it. Jump rope, is my anatomy book over there somewhere?
No,
The big-
not the anatomy book. I have the perspective book.
Okay. Where did I put that? Did I lend that to somebody?
Is it in that bookshelf?
It might be.
I'll go look for it.
Gonna get sued by someone else. No, it's a giant hardcover book. It's hard to miss, which is why it's weird that I can't find it. It's not down there.
Okay. And I don't know. It's not the figure drawing one?
No.
The only one I've got is.
Is it hidden under there? Is it under this? Is it there? Huh. I've somehow lost the biggest book that I own. Oh, it's right here. Hidden under a mouse pad. Hidden under a mouse pad and a picture of an eagle. That's how we do. Okay. Okay. So, there's a book I have called Anatomy for Artists by Sarah Simblett. Totally not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. But it's really good. It actually breaks down a whole bunch of different anatomy as an artist would. So, like, it's sketches, which is really cool. And it has them overlaid on pictures. I highly suggest that book if you're looking for art books. I reference it quite often. So what I'm going to look at here. So yeah, from the way that my pencil is too thick to draw all 12 ribs. So I'm going to shrink this down to like this. And we're going to have the rib spine, the spinal cord here. The first ribs are really small, to be totally honest. And we're going to go like that. That's our rib cage. We're going to have our sternum go. I want to draw this from the front. I want the back. I want the torso. Give me them sweet people ribs. There we go. The sternum is a big chunk of the chest, and I usually draw that pretty big anyways. And that goes to the bottom of the ribs, which is what I've already drawn here. And then all of these, you have connective tissue, and then all your ribs are going to be connected through that. So rib here, 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5. And then you have 2 floating ribs down here on either side. So that's 7. And now we have the 6 that I was drawing before. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. That's it. And then you can go in and just draw all of these in. Now, if you're actually drawing a person, you won't notice these two unless they're very skinny. Whoa! That's all right. Let me move this. Let me move this so you can have this some space. Boop. Let me cut this out. Aren't you in the drawing program? Oh, no, maybe you're not in the drawing program. Sorry. Patrons only. Patrons only. That's the benefit of paying me money. You get to draw. Paste in a place. For some reason, my paste button doesn't work. I can cut things, but I can't paste them. Real weird. Real weird. All right, go ahead and you can take that back. I'm gonna redraw it up here. I'm gonna redraw it like this spot. Yeah, Michelangelo book. Those are super good. Like all of the one with all of Michelangelo's notes. That's a really cool book. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this. Actually, go a little higher on that. One, two. So if you want, you can go in there. If you're drawing skeletons, these generally, a lot of people don't draw these in their skeletons because they just they're just tiny and that you won't really notice them. And I think they fall out. And then all of these come around like this. 3, 4, 5, and then after 5 they start kind of coming down. 6, 7, 8, 10, and then the 2 floating ribs. 11, 12. So if you want to draw ribs, you can do it like this. I just drew like the invisible parts. That was weird. Had one of those, what are they called? Optical illusions going on where I was drawing both the inside and the outside of the rib. Go up like that. I think it'll go up like that. So that's basically your rib cage right there. That's how you can break it down into the 7. So you have 5 like this that come across. Those are the ones you normally see on like a really crappy skeleton. Then you have the 4 that come this way. Yeah, 4 that come this way. You have the 2 up here that once again you won't see if you're drawing a person, like with skin and stuff. You just won't see those. They're just like inside, covered up by the collarbone and the muscle. And then you have the 2 floating ribs, which you really only see if someone is really skinny. The floating ones. So, if you're drawing a person, you can start by just getting that shape in there. This is why it's important to draw the underside of stuff. You can put all of your bits in there and then start adding the muscles on top. And really, you won't see too much of the ribs because there's a muscle here, and then you got your abs. Then you got more muscles in here, more muscles in here. And that's really like you see, when you see superheroes with their ribs showing, it's not really their ribs. You're seeing a lot of these muscle structures in here, and then occasionally some of the rib might like structure through where you see the muscle attached. I hope that's making sense. Then you got your obliques here. And that goes down into your hips. Did that help? I hope that helped. Dang it, can't zoom in like that. It's a skinny, skinny fellow. Let's get the other oblique in there. Got the ribs. Got the legs. And the collarbones. No muscles. And no muscles. Just went into art lessons instead of whatever we were doing before. Well, we were drawing a bear and then we were drawing ribs. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But yeah, this book is really, really nice. If you're interested in drawing anatomy. I'm gonna erase this real quick. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. So something we can look at. I'm gonna drop my density down a little bit. Is you can do this. And we can start looking at the ribs again. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then we got the big old bones. I love doing photo studies like this. You just kind of look at different pieces. Anatomy, Grey's Anatomy. I don't know if that was a show reference or a book reference, because Grey's Anatomy is a pretty good book for artistic rendering as well. So this is that top bone that I was talking about, like the first rib up here, and the second one is like right here. So basically, like, you'll see this is your sternum, and then I'm gonna make a totally different color here. And then your collarbone attaches like right here, goes out, and then attaches with the back side of your. There we have the arm. Then your neck kind of goes up this way. And then when you start looking at muscles, basically your pecs are attached to your sternum here. They come all the way over this way, and they go to the backside of your muscle. Kind of like that. So that's the under layer of your pecs. And then you have your neck muscles coming down here, and the backside of your shoulders. So you just pretty much never see those two ribs. Yeah, it's pretty rare that you'll see them. Because this is a muscle group. This is a muscle group. You might get a little bit. Oh yeah, which one did you find? The undead one? That's cool. I'm glad that my artwork is popping up for other reasons besides just YouTube videos. It could be. Yeah, that's a good point. It could be that. Are you trying to make like a? So you're trying to make like a fleshy skeleton. Have I ever thought about drawing the coins or money itself? What would it look like? Have a logo, king or queen, landscape. I have. I've done a few things like that. Like if I needed eclectic pieces, or tokens, I would draw it on I actually bought a bunch of blank playing cards, and then I draw small items on that, and I'll like write descriptions and I'll hand those to my players. I think that's a fun way to do it without actually having to like print out cards or the alike. Back to drawing the skin. Basically what you do is just draw the fake skeleton. And like, well, you don't actually have to draw the real skeleton, and I'll tell you why in a second. Draw the bone structure you want to keep. And then on a separate layer, draw the holes. Draw the holes like so. So like I have my skeleton here, and if I go like this is how I used to do like zombies all the time. I don't have to draw any of the bones in here. I only have to draw the parts that are sticking out. But because I have the base underlayer, I know where those should be. Does that make sense? And then just define the ones you want. Beyond that, then you can just do like really light rippling. And just draw the negative space. Sure. Getting a little macabre today on the stream. If you're not into drawing zombies, that's fine. Zombies. That's a cool one. Yeah, so see that is just I mean, paint. That's painting is the thing. Like that's not a sketch. That's a painting. So what they did there is they're just painting in, basically get your base color and either paint the darkness in or paint the lightness on top of it. If you want to do the sketches, it's like this. But yeah, it's just what was the question? Monstrous bird race? Merfolk have really, really good swim speed. They're really tough. They can withstand high pressures, which is kind of cool. So you could do a lot of. Yep. I like the idea that that Merfolk. I just lost my train of thought. Let me see, how do I say this? Aquaman did a really good job of making him super, super tough. It's like, I live in the water under tons and tons of pressure. I'm super buff. Aquaman in general is just, he's always been that way. He's just super, super tough, like on par with Superman. Yeah, and I think the whenever Aquaman got his harpoon hand, I think they really started thinking about Aquaman differently, and I dig that setting. Some of the more recent Justice League comics have been pretty good. Cartoons have been pretty good. Well, I'm showing you right here. Just rewind it. Well, I've shown you a few different ways now. Just do it. Draw a circle. Draw a U. Do this. Make some ribs. And then do it. Those are the ways to do it. How do you draw ribs? That's how I draw ribs. I just showed you 3 different ways that I draw ribs. Yeah, go for it. It's what it's for. That is what it's for. Yep. Well, it's almost 1 o'clock here. I think I need to go eat some lunch. I forgot to eat breakfast this morning. I had a bagel. Bagel's breakfast. That's good. I didn't do much workout today. I might have to do more workout, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go get my workout on. Okay, hold on, I gotta look at this. I gotta look at this goblin thing that's happening below. Whoop. I like it. I like all the sketches that are happening. I might have to adapt that the bugbear goblin a little more. I think that would be fun. Make some logos. Maybe that's the next sticker. It's the bugbear. We'll figure out a way. We'll figure out a way to get some European stickers printed. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Remember to keep your dice on the table. Keep your rib cages in your ribs, I guess. Keep your ribs caged. Yep. Try to keep them under the skin as much as possible. I dig these guys. I'll come fiddle with that later. Thanks everybody for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Probably around the same time. We'll find out. Have a wonderful day. Oh no, that's not the right mouse. I can't turn the stream off. We're streaming forever now. There we go. There we go. I got it. Too many mice.